Hello, guys. Hey there. How's everybody doing? Oh, let me tell you, I'm this close to losing my caca. This close, this close. It's just been one of those days, and I'm having like a lot of tech issues, and I'm not a tech person. So I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay on. Um, let's see what's happening. Is anybody here? Nobody's here. I gotta leave because I've got to take care of my phone. Hey, Sammy. Hello. Uh oh. What does that mean? Hello with a question mark. Sammy, what does that mean? Hello with a question mark. Are you not sure you're there? Because I'm not sure I'm here. Hi. Okay, so that was like a more firm hi. Hey, Eureka. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am just really having a day. Hey, Dallas. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. You guys, I am having a day. Like, so many things are going wrong with all of my tech stuff, and I'm not a tech person. So, this is me, like, extremely, like, just trying to collect myself. And you know what's interesting is like so many people like think like healers and shamans and psychics and mediums like have everything together, right? Like they have their shit together. Hey, sunflower. We don't. We're humans, right? We still have the challenges that like everybody has. So, and that's because I'm wearing an earth suit. So I'm having a really hard time right now. Is there anybody else out there who's like having a rough go at it? Nope, we're all over the place. What does that mean, Shawnee? Yeah, Eureka, Mercury retrograde, same. Things are going wrong too. And you know what? I feel, yes, see, I'm so, you know what? I was like this close to horribly crying as a way to release energy from my body and like not coming on here, right? And not showing up. Shawnee's like, my ish isn't together right now, and that's okay. Okay, so Shawnee, you're like a healer and all that stuff too. Cool, cool, cool. I'm so glad you're here. Namaste. Because it gets really frustrating. Actually, maybe this is like, the could be a topic we kind of chat about. But, I don't know about you, Shawnee, and anybody else here who does healing work. Oh, you're welcome, Eureka. See, I have to do the work too. I don't want to be here. I'll be honest. See, Sunflower had a terrible weekend. That's what I'm saying. It's like the earth suit is the earth suit no matter who's wearing it, right? But it can be really hard and a lot of pressure on the healers and the psychics and the mediums. Like I should say the authentic ones, not the ones who are like trying to like take you for your money or whatever, right? The shills and the frauds. Because people have like these high expectations of us and they think we have everything together. And yeah, I don't. Totally like losing my caca. My caca. So I am so glad I'm not the only one and I can like now co-regulate with you guys, and it's a new struggle every day. It definitely seems like that, Dallas, doesn't it? And I think the feed, I don't know, the feed has been going slow ever since I started doing these lives again, so I don't know if like YouTube changed something, or I don't know. I had such an amazing, see, this is the thing. Hey, Diana, this is the thing. Can I tell you guys something? I had the most amazing meditation earlier. Like, I literally left my body. I don't often leave my body. Oh, Eureka saying, I escaped from my body and connected with the universe just to relax. It's so funny. I just read that as I'm like saying this. So I had an amazing meditation. I literally left and I was in the cosmos. I know I was in the cosmos. When I came out of this meditation, I had a lot of congested energy in my ajna area and in my forehead area. So, like a lot of spiritual work. And so I had to move it down into my body just to sort of integrate all that divine energy. And here I am, a crank monkey now in my damn human earth suit. Isn't it crazy the way it is? Like, that's the hard part about living in physical reality in the material world, right? Because We're here, we're not here. We're here, we're not here. Shawnee says, thank you, Terry. It just feels good to connect and know we're all in this together and not be the only one wanting to pull their hair out sometimes. Hey, Brandy. Oh my God, seriously. Seriously. I mean, it could be something. Hey, Carrie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's one of my issues. I don't know. I wouldn't say issue. I would definitely say ego. Like it's one of my ego thingies, I guess you would call it. Like, I have to, well, other people have this too, but I have to be perfect for everybody, right? I have to be in alignment before I can be of service and all that. No, 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 no. Right? One of my coping skills or survival skills is actually disassociating to the universe. Namaste. So that kind of helps. That's why I can still do readings no matter like what I'm experiencing in my outer world. But I'll tell you right now, my inner world, hey Daniel, my inner world right now. So would anybody like to do some breathing? How about we do some breathing? Because then I get to do some breathing too. Who would like to breathe? Hey, Susan, who would like to breathe? That's a weird question to ask. Who would like to breathe? All right, let's just do this thing because I need it. And I'm just going to be very self-carey right now. Dallas wants it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, she's like, let's do it. Okay, let's do some heart tapping because I got to get back into my heart, people. I can't be the only one. Not with this stupid eclipse season. And this stupid Mercury retrograde shadow. Like, yes, please. Okay. Yes, Diana. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead, close your eyes. I'm closing my eyes too. Let's just take a breath. Let's just take a breath. Collect the energy that we have expelled or leaked outside of us. And by the way, right now I'm not looking at the chat, so I'll get back to you guys if you're writing anything. So those who want to participate in this breathing calm down to like calm down the nervous system, please feel free to participate. And for those who are just kind of hanging out, I'll get back to you as soon as we're done. All right, so go ahead, take in a deep breath and hold it. Keep holding it. I'm going to ask you to hold it for a while, okay? And now slowly exhale all the way out. Slow, guys, slow. Good. Go ahead, inhale and hold it. Hold it. Now slowly exhale. It's kind of like we're smoking pot here, huh? We're getting high together, guys. Okay, go ahead, inhale again and hold it. Slowly exhale. Good. Now take one of your hands. It doesn't matter which one. Just take one of your hands. Use the pads of your fingers, not your fingertips. We have very strong chakras at the end of our fingertips, and we're going to be tapping on the heart, which is a delicate muscle. So we don't want to give it too much energy. Okay. So we're going to use the pads of our fingers and we're just going to lightly, you guys, at a steady pace. Please don't hit your chests too hard. Sometimes I have people complain that they're bruising themselves. And I'm like, so don't hit yourself so hard. So just lightly, gently, easily, and comfortably tap on that heart center. If your hand gets tired at any time, just switch it out. You're not going to ruin anything, okay? So we're in this beautiful collective, however many there are of us. Just keep tapping. Keep your eyes closed. Go ahead, inhale and hold it and keep tapping. And I don't care if you breathe in, breathe out through your mouth or nose, it doesn't matter, okay? Just want you to be comfortable. That's really what I want more than anything. So go ahead, inhale and hold it. Slowly exhale. Good. Just keep tapping. Now breathe into and out of the heart. So with each breath that you take, you're going to breathe into your heart and then you're going to breathe out of your heart. Okay. So let's, while tapping, all right, you guys? So let's go ahead, inhale and hold it. And now slowly exhale all the way out. Slow and controlled breath on the exhale. Okay. Go ahead, inhale and hold it. Slowly exhale out of the heart. Okay. Just sit here for a minute. In this now moment, there's nowhere we have to be. In this now moment, there's nothing we have to do. So let's just sit here, taking our lovely, deep breaths while tapping our heart, collecting our energy. And automatically it's amplified because we're all here together. I don't know how many there are of us, but it doesn't even matter because energy influences energy. Some of us have had a rough day today. Mostly it's been completely and totally out of our control. Out of our control. And if we notice as we keep tapping on our heart, the more we try and control the direction of the day, the more out of control it actually goes. I'm only laughing because that's been me all day today, just trying to control, trying to control. So it's like, Terry, no. The more you control, the less you actually have control. So go ahead, take in a deep breath and hold it while tapping. Now slowly exhale. Good, good, good. I can feel that I'm starting to collect my energy and it's starting to come back. Mostly because I admitted that I have absolutely no control. And then I keep pushing and pushing and trying so hard to make my day look and be a certain way. And it's just not going to be that way, for crying out loud. The reality is I'm healthy. The reality is I have a roof over my head. The reality is I have food to eat. Many people around the world don't have those things. The reality is I get to do this with you guys. The reality is that my feet work, my heart works, my eyes work, my body works. So even though the day isn't going like I planned, like I wanted, I still have all those other things that allow me to experience what I need to experience. Don't forget, you guys, you can switch out hands, okay, if your hand gets tired. And I have the capability and the ability to take deep breaths so that my nervous system can relax and calm down. And just because today isn't going the way that I want it to go, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong at all. I'm putting a lot of judgment on these experiences, and there's no reason to judge them. They're just experiences that my soul wants to have. Why? I don't know. It's beyond me. But I'm going to have faith and trust that my soul knows what it's doing. So I'm going to ease into this experience of being human. I'm going to lean into this experience of being human. And I'm going to do my best to just surrender and let the rest of the day go as it goes, moves as it moves. I'm just going to sit here tapping on my wonderful, beautiful, dynamic heart. Breathing easily and effortlessly and continuously and deeply. With the gratitude that I know I'm not alone. And I have all of you guys here to do this with me. Go ahead, take in a deep breath and hold it. Slowly exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Stop tapping. Put both of your hands on your heart. Breathe into your heart and hold it. Slowly exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whoo, hoo, hoo. Boy, did I need that. Who needed that? Mama pajama. It didn't take long, did it? I don't think so. Let's see, how long did it take? Oh, there's no time. It doesn't say anything here about what time you guys left a message. Like when you left like your messages in chat, I was hoping it would say like what time so I knew because I know that I started after a certain point. Yeah. Okay, let me just see what let me catch up here on the chat. Yes, breathing please. Yes, please. Brandy gives a thumbs up. Hi. Hi Sophia. How do you get rid of hatred? I'm only laughing because today is such a weird ass day. I will give you some information about 10 minutes, right, Diana? Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about that. Shawnee says, feel very rooted in gratitude. Oh, so I guess you're helping Sophia in terms of the hatred. Okay, cool. Eureka, I already feel 100 times better. Dallas is like, thank you, Brandy. Me feel so much better. Thank you for that. Me feel better too. Okay. We needed that. Yes, we did. We sure did. I know I did. Listen, sometimes you got to do self care on a live with people watching you. All right. Oh, wait. Shawnee says, no, I was not responding. That was a comment after the tapping. Got it. Okay. You're welcome, Daniel. You're welcome. But actually, if you think about it, Shawnee, it's or Shani, I apologize if I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. But that's actually not a bad answer. Root yourself in gratitude. Yeah. So sometimes, look, I mean, all the humans right now, we're all going through it, right? Eureka says, I don't know if you were channeling, but when you said letting go of control, I felt like that message was for me. I always pretty much channel when I do stuff like this. So I'm gonna say yes, I was channeling. Um, Anytime I, give myself the permission to Shaney, but you answered at anything. Like, I see you, sunflower. I'll be with you in a second. Yeah. So, yes, yes, yes. So anyway, self-care, super important. Sometimes we just have to do it at the weirdest or most inopportune time because then we can't be there to serve others, right? We can't be there for other people. Like for example, Sunflower right now, she just super chatted me. Thank you so much, by the way. I appreciate that. So she's a psychic question and she wants me to be able to help her with it. So I'm going to read the question in just a second and I'll give you the answer or the information that I get. But that's the whole thing is like, I need to be of service. I want to be of service. I'm choosing to be of service, which means I have to take care of myself so that I can do that. Right. All right. Where's all my stuffs? Oh, here it is. Okay. Sunflower has a question and she super chatted me. So thank you. I appreciate it. Am I going to be able to go back to work by the end of the year? I'm getting a firm yes on that. I'm getting a firm yes. So here's what I'm getting. You're going to be able to, but there's going to be some resistance because it's almost like you've had a nice break and you're like, damn, now I need to get back into a routine. It doesn't mean you won't enjoy being back at work or, if you love your work or if you're like healing from something, it kind of feels like that. And I don't remember information. So if you've told me, Sunflower, please forgive me because I don't keep this information. Okay. And I don't go back to future, not future, to past. What are these things called? Chats or whatever. Oh yeah, yes, I'm healing. Okay, yes. Um, yeah, I do feel like you'll be able to go back to the end of the year. There'll be some resistance. You're gonna be like, oh, but I've kind of enjoyed getting more rest because I really feel like you're resting up a lot. I feel like it might be more towards November. There might be a little bit of a delay, but it might be really more towards the end of the year, not necessarily by the end of the year, but more towards the end of the year. So too much. Oh, you're getting too much rest. See? So yeah, girl, you're like, I don't want to go back. Hi, Mariam. It's good to see you. So yeah, I do think you're gonna get back by the end of the year. I feel like it's gonna be more towards November and there'll be some resistance to it, like, damn it. So I hope that helps. Okay, so it's Shaney, not Shawnee or Shanny, Shaney. I have to remember that. I'll do my best to remember that and not butcher your name. Sorry. But it's so nice to see so many of you guys. Okay, let's get back to Sophia's question about how to get rid of hatred. Mm, so here's my personal take on that. I kind of feel like hatred can be taught. Okay, so if hatred can be taught, you're welcome, Sunflower. If hatred can be taught, it can be untaught or unlearned. But the thing about this, if it's a belief system or if it's like deeply ingrained, especially if it's like ancestral, right? It can take a really long time. But the best way to start tackling it, I always do these air quotes, like, what the hell is that? Tackling it as if it's not real what I'm saying. Oh boy. Um Tackling it is probably the best way to learn how to, instead of hate, how to love, is to embody the emotion of love, which is very um Susan says hatred seems innate for some people. I think you're right because I feel like first of all it's taught, right? So like if you're taught racism, for example, right? Like if you're taught, or like, here, we'll do this. I'm Jewish, right? We'll make it more like towards me, not towards like whatever. So anti-Semitism, right? There's a lot of anti-Semitism. A lot of people hate Jews. They may not even know why they hate Jews, but they were taught oftentimes generation, right? There also could be past. Now, if this is like, if we're not talking stereotypes, or we're talking like individual hatred, so weird. Um, but it could be past life's data and information that is in the soul, right? Because, and then when the soul takes on a new earth suit, the human container, that person might have hatred towards something based on a past life experience. So hatred is typically taught through some sort of embodiment. Um and when we're talking about learning, right, like generation to generation, for example, with like anti-Semitism, um, it becomes a real visceral thing. So visceral means like feeling in the body. The best way to learn anything is through experience, experiential, right? So when you're a kid, let's say, and your parents are saying, I hate this or that, and you're watching their body language, you're watching and you're feeling just as a kid. Well, most of us here are ultra sensitive anyways, but as a kid, you're like super sensitive and you're like picking up all of those feelings and emotion, which is energy and motion, about what's going on and like how they're acting and all that. And energy influences energy. So you absorb it and you integrate it with your field. You know, that's how you kind of learn, right? Hatred, unless it's already existing in the jump drive of your soul, right? Again, with air quotes. I'm really not liking how I'm doing that. It's starting to come to my attention of how I'm doing that a lot, and I don't feel right about doing that. So I'm going to really start bringing that to my awareness. It's very interesting. It's not feeling right, so we're going to go back to embodiment, right? It's not feeling right in my body to do that. And yet I keep doing it because it's habitual, right? I'll be with you in just one moment, sunflower. So hatred can be a habit too. Like you're constantly, and that's the repetition thing in terms of like learning, right? So if you hear I hate Jews, I hate Jews, I hate Jews, Jews are this, Jews are that, of course you're going to like ingest it, right? Through repetition, and watching and all of that. And then if you get into an experience, a bad experience that doesn't feel good in your body with someone who's Jewish, and your education is I hate Jews, immediately, you are embodying that Jews are bad or Jews or whatever. I'm trying to be as general as possible in terms of hatred. So, how you learn to not hate is by embodying love. See, Susan was saying, I was taught that Jews are rich, rich, rich. Let me tell you, it's not all true, right? But that's what you were taught, right? But it's not necessarily true. And you don't have 100% evidence that it's true that all Jews are rich, 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 right? So I'm going to make it again more generalized. And um, you get rid of hate by learning to embody over and over and over again a repetition, right, of what the opposite frequency would be, which is love or it's more like appreciation, really more like love. Although they're very similar on the scale of emotions, they're very similar. Steph, hi there. This is my first time joining. Love the vibe here. Yay! Welcome, Steph. Welcome. So yeah, so that's kind of, how you would get rid of, I don't know that you would ever get rid of hate because it can be a thought form too. And so the more you feed that thought form, the more its energy is going to build. So you want to stop feeding that thought form. That's really what you want to do. You want to stop giving it attention, right? Wherever you place your focus, your attention, and your awareness is where your energy goes. Sunflower's got another question. Thank you for the super chat. Am I going to physically be able to go to New York in July with a friend? I feel like that's a yes. I'm going to pull a card really quick, but I really feel like that's a yes. You're going to have to go slow. Your friend's going to have to slow down. She's gonna want to do. I don't know why I'm saying she. I hope it's a she. If not, I don't know. It just came out. She's gonna want to do, and you're gonna be like, I need to slow down. Or what's going to happen, Sunflower, is you guys might at times sort of going to have to separate because you might have to rest, and that's okay. Self care, right? You need to rest your body. Your body just went through a big trauma of surgeries, right? So you're really going to have to slow it down. I do see that it as a yes. I don't see it being completely horrible. I do feel like at times you're going to want to please your friend and go above and beyond what you're capable of. But what I would suggest, I would highly suggest you have a conversation with her and you set some boundaries and you're just like, I want to go. I'm really excited. But I also, and they're saying make sure you stay cool. I don't want you to overheat. Okay. So just be really on top of your body temperature. Okay. You're going to have to communicate the need of taking care of yourself when you need to, and don't be afraid to do it on your own if you need to. Just quickly going to pull a card. Yeah, you'll be able to go. I don't think you're going to, and you got this one too. Which is like sweet. It's going to be a good time. I think you're going to go. I think you're going to be so grateful and happy you can go. You just really need to pay attention to your needs, and you're going to have to be the one to get them met. Okay. Hope that helps. That was a really great question, Sophia, that you asked about hate. But here's the thing, hate is just a reality, a dimension. It's just a timeline, right? So, and what I mean by that is it's really a choice also. Once you know something, it's up to you to choose to unknow it. Eureka, I started doing YouTube lives on my channel. No one knows me, but people came on. I feel like I started something awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. Oh, I got a super chat from Hannah. Will my summer be fun and bring new connections? Um, Yes, but I feel like it's gonna go a little bit slower. So, like at the beginning, you're gonna be like, "All right, let's do this. I'm ready. Hello, where are you guys?" And then you're gonna be like, "Nobody's showing up." But then at the end of the summer, you're gonna be like, "Yeah." So, what I would do, yes, I do feel like your summer will be fun and bring new connections, but go ahead and your expectations kind of need to be like, um, what's the word? Expectations kind of need to be managed. Okay. So don't worry about the how it's going to happen or when in the summer it's going to happen. Just do your best. I know it's hard, but do your best to just allow it to happen. Okay. So, Kendra, that's a psychic question. And what I'm doing for psychic questions, since I have to really hone in and zoom into, I'm taking super chats for those. Okay. So I'm happy to answer your question with a super chat. Okay. I was talking about hate being a reality or a dimension. So it's a frequency, right? Because it's a feeling and it's an energy in motion. So because everything is energy, and energy influences energy, everything can change. So just know you can totally change from hatred to appreciation. I would do appreciation versus love. Or actually, anything else other than hatred is better than hatred, right? So even anger is better than hatred, right? Um, something like that. Maybe towards the end, Eureka, I'll see. Maybe towards the end, I'll pull a card for everybody. So I hope you guys understand. And what I'm trying to say is, you can, once you know something, then you can choose whether you want to continue in that frequency on that timeline in that dimension. Okay. Susan has a super chat. She's got a question. I'm married, but every so often my ex pops up in my dreams. You're human. I'm so sorry to tell you that. I don't ever see him and I haven't spoken to him in years, so it's super random. I don't ever think about him, so why does this keep happening? Susan, what a great question. Okay, so when I see you, Sunflower, hold on one second. when um when we go to sleep, the soul does disconnect. So the soul disconnects from the body in situations of like being unconscious, death, and sleep. Okay. But there's different degrees that it leaves the body. So I don't want you guys to freak out. Okay. So just because you go to sleep doesn't mean you're dead, but it does mean there is a disconnection from the physical human container, the earth suit. So what happens when the soul disconnects and leaves? It goes to the astral plane, the astral world, which is the emotional world. And that is when there is no physicality, right? So that's why you don't take your body with you. That's why just your soul goes, not your body. Yes, yes. So because it's emotions and it's emotional, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take any physicality, but it is the area or the plane where everybody can hang out without their physical bodies being there. So basically, what's happening is that you're hanging out with your ex in a different dimension, a different reality, not in the physical material world. Now, what are you guys doing? God, again, I'm a mere mortal. I don't want to make any assumptions or, tell you this is what you are doing or what you're not doing. But you guys could be hashing out stuff, closing up business, maybe unfinished business that you guys have been working on. Maybe you guys are just you guys are in the same frequency, in the same level. And it doesn't need to be bad, it doesn't need to be good. There's no judgment on it. It just is. So he's at the same frequency as you are in that now moment when the soul has disconnected from the body at that level of disconnection. I hope that helps, Susan. I hope that helps. Don't put any judgment on it. It just keeps happening because it does. Because you can work shit out, you can hang out, you could do whatever you need to do. It's all for soul evolution, though. So it's all, maybe you guys are making contracts for your next life, right? We have no idea what's actually going on there until we're actually there. Yes, yes, got it, got it. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay, Sunflowers got a question. Thank you for the super chat. Am I going to see Braden this year? Interesting. It's still to be determined. It's still to be determined. Not from you, from him. His energy isn't necessarily lined up with your energy yet, that you're on his radar. If you want to be on his radar, you have to stop thinking about him, right? Or stop wanting to see him. You just have to literally let him go. So that he can pick up, right? So that he can access that frequency, like I was just sharing with Susan, right? Of getting to that astral, that emotional place so that he can get into his emotional body. So the more you are thinking or sending Braden, 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 I want to see Braden. Now, if you don't want to see Braden, you still might see Braden. I mean, like I said, it's undetermined. So I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no. It's still undetermined. I feel like if there's a chance you do see him, it wouldn't be towards later till the end of the year. There's something about the end of the year or like the last possible Mercury retrograde of the year, which I don't believe we're about to be in. I think there's one more, like October, November, December, around there. So that's the information I'm getting as of right now. Okay, Sunflower? Brandy's got a question. Thank you for the super chat. Are the people staying in my house going to leave soon? They cause so much negativity. Yeah. Okay, so Brandy, you can set boundaries, right? Are the people staying in my house going to leave soon? Um, let me pull a card on that. Hold on. I don't think they're gonna necessarily. I feel like you make them so comfortable. Like you provide um such a good environment, like homey environment, like that people are like, I don't want to leave. Um, will I help them? Well, I help them and so much has happened. Yeah, see, I was just saying, like, I feel like you've made it so good for them that they probably don't want to leave. So hold on, Brandy. Don't write any more, Brandy. Let me pull a card. Let me pull a card read. Let me answer your question, sweetie. All right, hold on one second. Um, are they gonna leave? They don't want to leave. I don't think they want to leave. Um, yeah, yeah, they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. You got to pull your energy back from them if you haven't already done that. Hey, Steph, I see your 99 cents. Thank you so much. But there's no question. I need you to write a question, and I'll be on the lookout for it. But otherwise, I'm not that good, you guys. I'm not like a total mind reader just yet. But thank you for the super chat. Okay. I feel like you need to pull back, but not be mean to them, not give them attitude. Like, don't meet them where they're at. Pull away. Does that make sense? Like, if they're gonna be like, meh, 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 don't go, meh, 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 right? Just when they're going, meh, 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 you go, bye bye. Does that make sense? You will get them out of there much quicker without feeding them any of your emotions. Yes, they are going to go out. It could be another month. Yikes. So, here's what I would do. Here's my suggestion. Just keep doing you. Have as little contact as possible with them. And yeah, they'll be gone. They'll be gone. But you gotta like stop giving them your energy. And I feel like the more you're giving them your energy, like you were so good to them, you said something happened or something, you helped them, and so much has happened. These are people who unfortunately know how to take very well, but they don't know how to give back. Like in a they're not balanced people. They're awesome to take, but they're not awesome to give back. And I kind of feel like you might have had some expectations of them in some way. It could be up to a month. The sooner you stop giving them your attention, the sooner you start the process. Okay. I hope that helps. Uh, $7 is a little better than a no. Okay, there you go. Susan, right? You never see your ex when you're all cute. It's always when you're in your sweats with no makeup. I know, right? Okay, Steph, here, I see you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I've been feeling really unsure about my career path, and I recently have sort of decided to lean towards a slightly different path than what I was originally aiming for. I would love confirmation. So let me just make sure I'm understanding your question. I've been unsure about my career path, and I decided to lean towards a different path than what I originally wanted. I like that for you. I'll tell you why I like that. Oh, I'll tell you why I like that. Here it comes. Being flexible is a sign of being able to receive. And the only way we can receive is when we're not trying to control. You know how earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, Steph, but we did some breathing because when I first came onto this live, I was like, here because I've been trying to control how my day was going, and it was going for crap because it wasn't going the way that I wanted to. So I really had to surrender into not having control, right? But the more I do that, the more I try and the more I effort, the less I actually get what I want. What I actually end up getting is frustrated, angry, defeated, which will lead to depression, right? So the more you try, the less you get. Hey, Hannah, I see you. Just one moment, okay? So I like the fact that you're being flexible and considering. I always say, try something on like a coat. You don't like it, you can always take it off, right? So I really like that you're now going, well, I think I'm going to try this. I think I'm going to try this. I like that because that doesn't put you in that path of control, right? When we have control, we're only seeing things in a really rigid way, right? We're only like seeing what's ahead of us. We're not seeing all these opportunities that can happen here. So, all you're doing is you're putting yourself in a path for receptivity and allowance of opportunities. Because if you're going to be flexible and you're going to be like, okay, I want to try this, I'm going to try this. Hey, sunflower, I see you. Just one moment. I'm going to try this. Then you know what? All these other things can come and then you're like, "Oh, maybe I'll try that." So yes, I like the fact that you are kind of like swerving, being open, being receptive to allowance. That, my friend, is what's going to help progress you, okay? Great energy to be in. I'm really proud of you for doing that. And I know it's not easy. You're welcome, Brandy. Try that. I know it's not going to be hard. I mean, it's going to be hard to like pull away. Okay, Hannah, is it valuable to maintain a connection with Dara? Ooh. Here's what I'm getting about that. I feel like you think you're going to get more business or something about money, connection, future work opportunity. I don't understand. Career, something like that. Connections to something. But again, I feel like it's business oriented. But it feels like the hassle and all of the everything around that has to go with it, all of the strings that are attached. Look, you got to do what's good for you, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do because that's so arrogant of me. But what I can tell you is the information that I'm getting is that maintaining this connection with Dara can be really draining, right? So that means all your energy is going out and you're leaking it and you're putting it on someone else other than taking care of yourself. So I do feel like can be exhausting, or even kind of like in a way a psychic vampire where they people just suck your energy. Like Brandy has those people staying at her house and they're just like, you know so, so yeah. So, is it valuable? It depends on what your definition of value is. I mean, if I'm aware of how something makes me feel and it doesn't feel good, to me, that's not valuable. So you're just going to have to kind of assess what value means to you and what your values are and like how you value your feelings. So I hope that helps. Sunflower, am I going to stay in the same living situation the rest of the year? I want to move out so bad. You're like, I have a lot of questions today. Sorry, you don't have to apologize. Um, yeah, I do feel like you're going to be staying out the rest of the year. Here's the thing about you, Sunflower, beautiful Sunflower. You're operating off of anxiety right now. There's so much for you that's unknown. And so you want to get everything done now, right? And you have a lot of stuff to do, which is awesome. I just feel like you have to start taking one thing at a time. Otherwise, you're going to set yourself up to feel like not good. I mean, I'm just going to say good or bad. You have a lot going on and you want to get it all done all at once. I get it. That's the way anxiety works. We want the outcomes and the results so we can just relax and feel good and feel safe. We know things, right? As of this conversation, I do not feel like you will be moving. And it's okay to want to move out so bad. I get that. And you should hang on to that as a desire and start looking, at other places. You can always change energy on everything. Remember, energy influences energy, and everything starts out as energy first before it replicates itself into the material world, right? But you got to like keep your energy and your focus on one thing at a time, right? So you just had surgery. You got to like just rest your body, heal your body, and then you got to go back to work, right? So those are two really huge things. Slow down, my friend. Slow down. I know you want to move out so bad. It's gonna happen. You just have to like have faith and trust and slow down that it's gonna happen, okay? You're welcome, Steph. And Hannah says, makes sense. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope everything works out for you. Listen, you guys, all I know is like, I've been watching let's look what the Schumann resonance is right now. I mean, I've been like, be, because, oh, hey. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. Fuck, man. I'm telling you, in this now moment, I just manifested something. And I want to share it with you because remember when I got it, for those of you who have been here from the beginning, remember when I got on and I told you I was having all these tech issues? One of the problems that I was having was that my phone was not telling me I had a voicemail message. So it records the messages. So I have voicemails, but I don't know that I have voicemails. Today, I went in, I'm working with a coach myself on my femininity hair, on bringing in more feminine energy, right? Because there are times where we do need to be more in our masculine energy than in our feminine energy. But with the amount of anxiety that I have and the ambition that I have, I tend to go into masculine overdrive. Okay. So I've been learning because I have to learn. I was not taught this. Okay, you guys. I have to unlearn masculine overdrive. So I myself, get support and have a coach and all the things, right? So before I came on here, I I've missed calls from doctors, like updates from my vet on like what's going on with my dog. I've missed business opportunity. They just missed stuff. I had a message from February. I didn't even know. I just happened to go in because my coach gave me an exercise to do that I still haven't been able to do because when I went in to do the exercise, I realized I had a tech issue, right? So my phone wasn't telling me that I had a voicemail message. When I came on here, I was like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck, just all the things, right? You guys saw it. We did the breathing together. We did all of that. And I then, let go of that. I was like, I just cannot deal with that. So I fully and completely, authentically let go by redirecting my energy onto you guys. Since this is like in play, I want to, and because it just happened, I want to explain to you how this happened energetically, right? Since I have you guys here. So I redirected my attention, my focus, and my awareness onto helping you. And I got myself out of voicemail tech hell, right? But I had the desire, I need to fix this, right? And I was like, I was already in action. I had already talked to Apple people and I talked to Spectrum Mobile people. Nobody was helping. And I was like, okay, redirect. While we were doing, while I was answering some of y'all's questions, I saw that I got a voicemail, right? Or somebody was calling and I didn't pick up, let it go into voicemail. I just picked up my phone right now to look at Schumann because I wanted to talk to you guys about the Schumann resonance, the energy, and boom! Can you guys see that? It's now telling me that where is it? Look, I have a voicemail message. It's telling me I have a message. It's now working. Sweet. So I had to literally take my attention off of it for it to show up. So that's who was it? Was it Brianna? Did I might pronounce it? Brandy. Brandy, that's an example of taking your attention off of it. Okay. So this is so cool that this happened right here. I had to take my attention off of it. The problem didn't even exist in my mind in that now moment, authentically, truly, because my attention was focused on you guys. So look, it magically appeared. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's why I got all excited. So now I'm going back. Sunflower says, thanks. I do feel behind on life. So I think that's why I'm so anxious about it. Yeah, it makes sense. But that's how anxiety works, you guys. It lies to us. It like forces us to like move, right? Um, Yeah. Susan's like, I hate Mercury retrograde. Okay, let's reframe that, shall we? How about we just say Mercury retrograde exists? We make it a more neutral event. Because otherwise, what happens is we're letting Mercury retrograde be we become Mercury retrograde's bitch. We're being taken hostage by that energy, right? Because there's really some wonderful, awesome things that can happen during Mercury retrograde. So, Susan, I ask you, where are you placing your attention when it comes to Mercury retrograde? Which side of the stick? Which side of polarity? Because there's always the opposite of whatever is going on. That's the definition of the material world, polarity, right? So you can also learn to appreciate Mercury retrograde. Mm. Brandy says, Love the way things connect. Yes, especially when it happens right in front of us. Eureka, taking attention off things. That message was for me, I think, and for many others too, Eureka. It's called being human. Sucks. Shani, Shani. Did I get it right? Shani. Retrograde is a time that I chill and slow down. So that's a real awesome thing that can happen, Susan. You can just relax and just ride the wave. Well, Shani, I will say you are blessed that your anxiety lets you do that. From experience, I know things are going to be wonky and that's okay. So that's a really great example of leaning into the energy chaining. So that's awesome that you can do that. Susan, true. I'm usually a half full kind of person. Yeah, that's great. But my phone has been crapping out on me too. Haha. I hear ya. Hannah says, usually I'm so stressed because of my situation, but I get a little confirmations of seeing fours and ones constantly from the universe that make me feel at ease. You know what, Hannah? I'm so glad that you see those little confirmations, those synchronicities, um, breadcrumbs of the soul, whatever you want to call them, signs that the grid is filling in, like you're on the path towards what it is that you want and desire. And I'm so glad that you're able to identify those and like sort of absorb the fact that you're like, okay, I'm not alone in this. The quotes. I'm not I'm not alone in this. I've got the universe behind me and it does ease your nervous system. So good for you, Hannah. That's really awesome. Shani, you got it. Susan, we have a love-hate relationship. You love to hate it. Is that the love relationship? I get of course you would have a love-hate relationship because of duality. Yay. Hannah says, like your subscriber count is 4.11 right now. So that is a beautiful sign that you are not alone in this big bad world of ours. Yeah, I do like those signs too. I started keeping a God log. I call it a God log. It's one of the things that I have people do when we work together one on one. I tell people to write down what their synchronicities are, what their evidence that God or their spirit team or the universe or however you want to say it, doesn't even matter how, your higher power, your angels, whatever, whoever, they know they know who they are and they know they have your back. But it's we need that uh reassurance that we're not alone, it really does help us. It really does help us. So I'm really glad that you're able to see that. So happy 411 to the both of us. Eureka, how did you handle your psychic ability when you were at your corporate job? I'm so sensitive. I couldn't deal with the environment. Oh my God, that's such a great question, Eureka. How did I deal with it? Well, my sensitivities oftentimes I don't know that I want to use the word allowed. Well, turned into or was a coping skill to attune to other people so that they wouldn't get mad at me, right? So it turned into like an approval type thing. And so it was always really good at disarming people and making people trust me. because I'm a very, I'm authentic, right? You guys see it. You guys know it. You would know if I was bullshitting you. You'd feel it in your body. So I looked at what are my superpowers. But a lot of times my superpowers were also a detriment to my self-esteem and my self-worth. So, how did I handle my psychic ability? I had to get to a point, and it was an emotional maturity thing. I had to get to a point where I accepted that that my psychic talents were a superpower. My sensitivities to tune into other people were um was a superpower, and I embraced it. So once I embraced it, I was like, this is me. This is who I am. Like I have other areas of my life. Like, I have a lot of insecurity about my body. Okay. Um, I'm a big girl. I'm not a small girl. Right. So living in Los Angeles, in people, bikinis, the whole thing, it's an insecurity that I have. Right. But I was able to fully and truly authentically embrace these psychic gifts. So once I did that and I started studying, I would actually ask my coworkers, hey, can we play a game? So I made it into like a fun game where I would practice, like based on whatever like assignments I got from class. Plus the other thing was I was a paranormal investigator. So I would go ghost hunting on the weekends and I would share. A lot of people are like intrigued about ghost hunting. So that's kind of how I eased everybody in, and they were like, so what do you do for hobby and all this? I'm like, I'm a ghost hunter. So I'm talking about my most recent day job where I was at for 6 years before they let me go. And then, boom, God was like, you got to do this now full time, sister. I'm like, ay, 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 okay. But I had this fun hook about it. And most of the people in the office were like, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever, you know. And I actually worked. It was in media, but it was for I'm not going to mention the company, a political organization that is more on the conservative libertarian side. I tend to be more libertarian. I'm like, give me freedom, sovereignty. I don't like this Republican Democrat stuff. It's too separating. Um, and for me personally, I'm always like a choice case by case thing. You can't lump me into one thing. So a lot of the people were definitely not open to this stuff at all, but I made it fun. I made it kooky. I turned it into a game. And it got to a point where they were like, "Ooh, do you have anything to practice? Do you want to practice anything? Let's play." So, Eureka, that's how I did it. I made it fun. I made it a game. And then it got to a point where like they were actually asking me for advice. And I was like, all right, we're in it. So that was a really great question. Um, that's how I did it. I turned it around. I made it my superpower because I embraced it as who I am. Okay, so that would be my suggestion. I came out of the spiritual closet, I guess you can say, and I owned my shit. Um, Susan, how do your boyfriends handle your gift? Are you able to forecast surprises in your relationship? Oh my God, so great. Hey, Brianna. Oh my God, what a great question. How do my boyfriends handle my gift? All right. Well, since fully taking on this way of life and serving people. So I see what I do more as a way to serve people versus the fact that I just willy nilly throw my gifts around, right? So I do it with intention to help somebody. Since that, I haven't had many boyfriends. My last boyfriend, official boyfriend that I broke up with because he narcissist, you know how it goes. Narcissist, empath, that whole thing was in 2016. I went professional in 2017, no, 2014 actually. I was doing it part-time while I was working a corporate job. But he had said to me, he didn't think that I was serious about this. He just thought it was a hobby. And I knew he wasn't supportive. And I was just like, so I finally had to break it. Like, we were on and off together for like 3 years. I had to completely break it off with him, and he ended up stalking me. That was not pleasant. Since then, I haven't had many boyfriends. Um, I've had experiences. I mean, I've dated. My most recent experience with someone, mm, no, well, it was about 3 years ago. Yeah, it's about 3 years ago now when I started doing some deep trauma work on myself. I did meet somebody, and he was very open to this. So most men that I meet are actually not open to this. Who asked me this question, Susan? Most men are not open to this because they get afraid, because I'm a truth seeker, and I'm pretty good at knowing when you bullshit. The thing is like, if you have an anxious attachment like I do and tend to be a people pleaser like I am, I will overlook things, right? So I'll make it okay. Or I'm going to say, up until now, I used to do that. I don't do that no more. I used to do that. Okay. So I don't do that anymore. But a lot of men are afraid that, I don't know the truth. I don't know, but clearly those men are not. Clearly, those are men who have something to hide. Right, right. So, my most recent experience was really open, and he himself still is extremely spiritual, and we're now like really. He's one of my best friends now, and it didn't work out romantically. You never know what might happen in the future. I don't know. We're very compatible. You never know. But he is very into this, and he really respects me. So there are men out there, or partners, women, whoever you're interested in, who are, totally okay with this. There was one other guy that I was dating for about 6 weeks. Um, and he was fine with this too. And he had some sort of spirituality and higher power or trust and all of that. It just didn't work out because we weren't that compatible. But I don't date that often now, because I'm like super selective with who I want to spend my energy with, you know. And because I know my patterns, which is to give a lot, I really need to make sure that I'm meeting somebody of the amount that they're giving, so I don't overgive. Right? I tend to be more masculine in relationships, which is not a good thing if you want masculine energy. So that's a reason why I'm learning how to actually be more feminine in various parts of my life. So I am kind of really now learning how to go about dating, from a different energy perspective than I used to. So, can I forecast surprises in my relationship? It's not so much when it comes to me, it's not like I can forecast surprises. I just know something's not right. And it's more, I know something's not right versus something is right. Like, I'll be like, "Ooh, this something's not right." I hope that makes sense. Eureka says, "Thank you, Terry. So interesting to hear your story." You're welcome. Brianna, are you and Colleen still friends? I hope, yes, I hope so. I believe so, as far as I know. Um, and hopefully we'll be collaborating sometime this year, which would be awesome. Eureka. Same. I use my psychic abilities to help people too. I don't think I've ever been able to tap into channeling when I wasn't helping somebody. Right. Right. So Brianna says, "Oh, okay." Oh. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, tonight I'm doing a speed dating thing, which I haven't done in a really long time. The last guy I went out on a date with, I had a really fun time. It was a couple months ago. It was very interesting because he was extremely needy. He wanted to like see me every other day. And he was like upset that I wouldn't respond to his texts right away. So I'm like, this dude's totally anxious attachment. But I was just like, I also now have learned that I don't want to give so much. And I need to like have my own space and my own energy. So he actually moved on as somebody else because he thought I wasn't available enough, which is so ironic because I used to always be the other way. And my story is that I would attract guys. I used to attract guys that didn't want to be in relationships. And then the next girl they were with, they were in a relationship with. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Like you just said, da, 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 da." Like that's what happened with this last guy. Not this last guy, but the guy before from 3 years ago. And I was like, what the hell? And yeah, so that used to be because based on my energy, where I was, what I was giving, what was I receiving? Was I receiving? Was I more masculine energy overdrive or like, so now I'm doing everything different. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I also know that I don't want to get married and I don't want to have children. So, my intentions are different than they used to be, right? I used to want to have kids and I used to want to get married, and I don't want that anymore. So everything shifts, right? So I hope that helps. All right, I'll pull one card for the collective, Eureka, for your request. I'll pull one card. We'll just talk about what it's going to be like for the rest of the day today. And then, hopefully, if it's a good card, we want it to go into like the rest of everything. And then I'm going to be signing off. So let's take a little look here. Let's pull a card for everybody. Collective card. La Estrella. Well, that's good. Okay. I'm only smiling because, like, when I first came on here, there were several of us that were like frustrated and angry and grr, right? So the day's going to end way better than it started. All right, you guys. So we will feel that shift and we will feel that change. A lot of us who are watching this right now, just from that breathing that we did, that collecting of our energy, totally helped. So that's going to be like not instigator, the provocator, the jumping point for that. For those of you who came in later or who are watching this at another time, or who didn't participate in that breathing, rest assured the day is going to end a lot smoother, a lot calmer. We may even be happier. I'm hoping happier, closer to our goals. That's what that La Estrella was telling me. So whatever you're working towards, you'll probably be a step closer, even if it's just the next step or the next mini step before the next step to our goals. So the rest of the day is going to go a lot smoother. Okay, so that's good news. All right, you guys. To those of you who gave me a super chat, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful being here because, like we all experience, like I need this too. So it's nice that we have a beautiful community here. We have, this beautiful coexistence. Before I go, if any of you guys are interested in learning how to give readings or participate in readings, or if you already do readings and you just want to access your intuition, amplify it, I am teaching a class online this Saturday from 12 p.m. Pacific time, California time, to 5 p.m. It's 99 US dollars and it's for 5 hours. And we're going to give each other readings. I will coach you. We're going to do pendulum work. We're going to do psychometry work. We're going to do card work. So if you've never done any of those and you want to try, I highly suggest that you join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have to incorporate play in everything that I teach and do because otherwise I'll get bored and I don't want to get bored, right, you guys? So if you want to join us and just improve or learn your psychic skills, if you've got them already, which every one of us does, the link below in the description center is a link. Just go ahead, click on the Psychic 101 class, which is this Saturday online. And a lot of you guys have asked about it. So finally, I'm able to do it for you guys. So that's this Saturday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific, California time. And I hope to see you guys there. And next week, we're going to be doing a full moon purge. All that information is also down below if you click, if you want to participate in that purge. And we're going to be focusing on blocks for prosperity and money. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the flip side. See you next week. Bye, guys. Bye.